Hey guys, sorry about the cut yesterday, but I had no idea what to do, so I played with it off of stream, and I kind of figured out how to proceed in this story. Obviously, we know we could have gone back after having the armor murked, which is fine. We may still have that happen, but I wanted to see what the other options were. So I figured that out after some playing last night, and that's what we're gonna go through now, guys. So appreciate you joining me. It's my bad. I forgot I had a save game automatically, obviously, when I was messing around figuring it out. So we're back here. And this
Hello
is
again, my
before
friend.
we had,
Any
said
word
anything
about
to him.
the matter we discussed?
You know, he's an absolute disgusting madman.
I'll talk to you
We're gonna
soon.
move on right
I
now.
hope.
Try to save us everybody else. That is not the way.
Oh, hello there.
There you are. Come here, coward.
Many shall suffer for the sins of the one.
Oh my god.
Oh God, we're all going to die.
This can't be happening!
At least I'm free.
I needed a water bath, but I guess you're lucky.
I'll talk to you soon, I hope.
What do you want? I hope it was worth it.
At least
The many shall suffer for the sins of the one.
Oh gods, this can't be how I die!
Argus. You're right all along now.
You must stop this from happening.
You there. Where did you come from?
You know, we've had this conversation before.
What are you talking about? I've never met you.
Yes, you have. You're going to offer to escort me to see Jarl Metellus.
You're right. I was. How could you have
I'm
possibly
a time
known
traveler. Now, if you'll excuse me.
Is that some kind of sorcerer? Well, I don't want any trouble. Let me get out of your way. Let's forget
Welcome,
this
love.
happened, shall we?
Bye for now.
I'll talk to you soon, I hope.
Guys, I'm having a rough time here. Just give me a minute. Let me get my head in the game. Goodness gracious.
At least I'm free.
I hope
The many shall suffer for the sins of the one.
Did I file all the combat records yet? Better double check. Bye.
You must stop this from happening.
You there. Where did you come from?
You know, we've had this conversation before.
Well, if you don't want to talk to me, at least go and see Jarl Mittelas up on the top floor of the Citadel. And see Brawl if you have any questions.
Sweetheart, we'll have plenty of time to get to know each other once you've spoken with the Jarl.
Wait, are you wearing... Strange. You're wearing the same armor as me.
Look, we're not supposed to talk to
I'll be
newcomers
going now.
until they've seen the Jarl. All right. See you around.
Rest in pieces. It'll be easier for the beavers to clean up your mess. it'll be easier for the skeevers to clean up your mess. In the name of Queen, Recorder, off with your head. Calling you a jerk earlier in the recording? Well, you left me in a cave. Was that it? Okay, then. Onwards, I guess. I kept those eagle vision glasses. They would have helped you out, that's for sure.
waiting for you, Dovahkiin.
You know who I am?
Of course. To me, your memories are an open tome. To begin with, I know you have taken many lives in cold blood.
Lucky guess.
And I know you have looted the corpses of those you have slain.
Is that all?
I know you have harvested the souls of the Dova, hoarding them, twisting them into an unnatural weapon against your enemies.
All right, you got me.
I also know you have come from the future. And why is that? Is your desire for power so great that you would break even the laws of time for it? It makes no difference. You will not take it from me. You would not be so foolish as to break my law.
You mean the dwarves' law?
I mean my law. I made it because your kind would be incapable of order, of peace, without it.
So that would make you...
That makes me the Arbiter. I am also the founder. I discovered this site millennia ago, and the deposit of Ethereum beneath us. I laid the foundations, and I watched my children grow and learn and use the Ethereum to create marvels, technological wonders. But they grew quarrelsome and used their knowledge to create weapons to use against their own kind, and worse, their own father. So I confiscated their weapons and declared my law that each and every one of my children would live in perfect order, or they would not live at all. And here I am, millennia later, still waiting for children worthy of this city. And for my patience, it seems my reward is a visit from you, Dovahkiin. Well, why have you traveled through time to come here? What is it you seek?
Actually, I have some questions for you.
Ah, if only you could read my memories, as I read yours. Very well. Ask your questions.
What happened to the rest of the Dwemer people?
It is not my place to reveal that secret to you, Dovahkiin. But when they moved on from this world, I was left behind. You see, the energy that has sustained me all this time, it anchored me here. I could not leave this place if I wanted to.
So you're the one killing all these people?
You flock here, your kind, like moths to a flame, driven by greed and the lust for power. You are warned about my law, and when you disobey, and you always disobey, you force my hand, bringing death upon yourselves. So you ask if I am the one killing your kind, and I say no, you kill yourselves. I am merely the means by which you do it.
How have you survived all this time?
You wish to be ageless, like me. In truth, time passes differently in here. It would take an eternity just to explain it to you.
How long have you been down here?
2,000 years in your terms. But time is different down here. I count time in waves, generations, civilizations. You and your kind up above are number 322.
That's all the questions I had.
So I see. Now, state your purpose here.
Metellus' crimes have escaped your sight.
Speak plainly. What crimes has this self-proclaimed Jarl committed?
Metellus is keeping a woman prisoner in the Citadel, where you can't see it.
I see you believe what you are saying. It seems my misgivings about your kind were justified. Now, while I commend your honesty, I am afraid you too must... Impossible!
It'll be easier for the skaters to clean up. How much farther do we have to run? I should have worked on my cardio.
course.
Guess.
To me, and I know
Is that all?
you have looted the corpse. I know you have harvested the souls. It makes no difference.
Actually, I'm not interested
You
in your
will
power.
not take it from... I see the kind of person you are.
You mean the
My
dwarves?
law is the only... I mean, my law. Well, why have you traveled through time to come here? What is it you seek? You come here, and you speak with such conviction. I cannot deny my curiosity is piqued. Very well.
Like you,
I
I
will
tried
hear
to
you
fix what
out
I didn't understand.
before I decide your fate. Choose your next words carefully, Dovahkiin. What is it that you made worse?
I tried to prevent a breach of the dwarves' law, but in the end I was the breach.
You admit to breaking my law. In the future, at least this explains why you traveled back in time.
I was so focused on my goal that I didn't see the bigger picture, like you.
I warn you, tread carefully.
You've become so fixated on peace and order that you've committed genocide.
Everything I have done here, everything I have done, has been...
It's not too late to end this.
I thought that if I could create peace here, create order. When the first of your kind disobeyed, but that wave met the same fate, and the next. But the more I failed, the more I have suspected for a long time that day would never come. And now I see it never will.
So you'll stop.
There is no place for peace. I will stop. From this point forward, I will destroy this Ethereum to ensure your kind can never exploit it. And you may all return to... But I warn you, Dovahkiin, making these changes will create a paradox in time. The events that brought you here will never have taken place. What will become of you is difficult to predict, but that is the risk you have taken by interfering with the past. Now, are you ready?
I didn't come all this way to leave empty-handed.
Then you will not leave at all. Goodbye, Dovahkiin.
I seriously can't. We're just gonna try to see what happens with the paradox. Then we might kill him, I don't know.
You know who
And he, of course,
Yes.
to me, and I know
Is that
you
all?
have looted the corpse. I know you have harvested the souls of the... It makes no difference. I mean, my law. Well, why have you traveled through time to come here? You speak
Like
with
you, I tried to
such
fix what I didn't
conviction.
understand and made it worse.
I cannot deny. Choose your next words carefully, Dovahkiin.
I tried to prevent a breach.
What
of the
is it
dwarves'
that
law,
you
but in the end,
made
I was the
worse?
breach.
You admit to breaking my law. In the future,
So focused on my
at
goal
least
that I didn't
this
see the bigger picture.
explains why you traveled back. I warn you,
You've become
tread
so fixated
carefully.
on peace and order that you've committed genocide. It's not too late to end this.
I have suspected for a long time that day would
So
never
you'll
come.
stop all this.
And now What will become of you is difficult. wide overkeen.
Hey! You started me there. Wait. I know you.
You do?
You're... No, that can't be right. For a moment there, I thought you were...
Your sister asked
You
me
know,
to find you.
the one the
Cassia! Oh, I completely forgot. I asked her to wait for me at the top of the lift, and... I guess I got so tied up in this place that I lost track of time.
I'd better head back up and let her know I'm alright. Hey,
Alright, lead the way.
do you want... Great. Follow me. Let's run back up, shall we? Don't want to keep my sister waiting any longer. So, you're probably wondering what I've been doing down here. I guess it's been... what? A few days. I'll be honest. I came down here looking for a haul I could unload on the next merchant I met. I just wasn't expecting to find a thriving city, and the history of this place is amazing. Did you know that up until about 7 years ago, they had what they called the Dwarves' Law? Apparently there were inscriptions warning that if one person committed a crime, everyone else would pay for it. But they were all trapped in the city with no way out, so they lived in fear that someone would break the law and get them all killed. Then, one day, a strange man appeared in the city out of nowhere. They say he just walked out of the lake house, like he owned the place, and he wore this spectacular dwarven armor. A lot like the armor you're wearing now, actually. And a few people saw him walk into this quarry, into a field of deadly radiation, like it was nothing, like it hadn't killed people before him. And then, the ground started shaking, and golden statues were collapsing, and inscriptions were crumbling all over the city, all at the same time.
And the sun under the ground, which used to light up the entire cavern, bursts into flame and explodes.
And strangest of all, the cavern roof opens up like the petals of a flower, and there's real sunlight for the first time in thousands of years. So of course, people start wondering, did he just walk down here and single-handedly dismantle whatever was keeping the Dwarves' Law going? Who was he? Was he still alive? So Bro, the local scholar, goes down into the quarry to take a look. But now the whole place is empty, but all the way at the bottom, sitting alone in the darkness, is a statue of a stranger. Oddest tale I ever heard.
I remember you. You're back. After all this
How have
time.
you been since the Dwarves' Law was lifted?
Can't complain, my friend. You know, not long after they executed Metal, it was a bit of a shock, to be honest. But I guess they wanted someone who wasn't at all like Metellus. And I guess I have you to thank for it. If you hadn't freed us from the Dwarves' laws, Wolverine could never have overthrown Metellus. I imagine you'll be moving on soon, but you'll always be welcome here. We even kept your chambers exactly as you left them.
Have we met?
How have you been since the Dwarves' Law was lifted?
Better, thank you. You know, all that time I was looking after Brandis, I really thought he would... So, on behalf of Brandis and Leandris, thank you. I like to think their souls are at rest now.
you are. Hey,
How have you
is
been
that
since the
armor what I
dwarves'
think
law
it
was
is?
lifted?
Oh, you wouldn't believe what a difference it's made. He's just discovered his love for running. And I have no idea what you did to bring an end to the dwarves' law. But whatever it was, thank you so much. We'll never forget you. Thank the gods you're all right. What kept you so long?
I know. Sorry, Cass. I lost track of time again. It's just that this city is so amazing. You have to come down with me and see it for yourself. I promise. It's perfectly safe.
Well, all right. But first, let me thank our friend. Thank you so much for bringing him back in one piece. Now, I promised you a reward. Thanks again. My brother and I are in your debt. Hey, is that armor what I think it is?
Oh, hello. Do you like my fancy new clothes? You mean, after the sky opened up, and the old Jarl died, and we got a new Jarl. Jarl Gova is died. He
You've
gave me a house
returned.
and,
How
and
long
these
has
new
it
clothes.
been?
How have you
7
been
years.
since the dwarves' law was lifted?
You're the one who brought about... Wonderful, actually. Gaia and I are still researching this. But I must ask, what happened down there, under the city? What did you do?
I met a Dwemer called the Arbiter and convinced him to lift the dwarves' law.
You convinced him, you say? Well, if it is as you say, you must be terrifying. I can see that you have somewhere else to be. But perhaps one day, when you have the time, you'll let me record your story in my journal for posterity.
Hi there. Fine, just
What
walk
do
away.
you want?
How have you been since the dwarves' law was lifted?
Better. Now that I... So you might have taken down some old dwarves or whatever. But if you start any trouble here, you're going to find yourself toe-to-toe with me.
Hello there, friend.
Welcome back.
How have you been since
You've
the
been
dwarves'
gone a
law was
long
lifted?
time. Well, let's see. That was 7 years ago? A lot has changed since then. He still talks about you. And how he saw you come out of the old Jarl's lake house. I know he'd be happy to see you again. You should go and say hello, if you haven't already.
Senor.
It's a beautiful city, isn't it?
Hey, it's been a long time between drinks. You really set the rumor mill spinning last time you were here.
How have you been since the dwarves' law was lifted?
I've been great, especially after that pig Metellus got what was coming to him. Did you hear Ulrin and Maisie left together not long afterwards? Can't say I blame them. If I were Maisie locked up in the Jarl's secret prison like that, I'd be wanting to get far away from here too. And Marius, that creepy Imperial, turned out to be a member of the Dark Brotherhood named Quintus. But he slithered away without causing any trouble. Other than that, we're all a little older and wiser. But you don't look like you've aged a day in the last 7 years. You must tell me your secret over a mug of fine moonshine one day. Come and visit me again anytime you like.
You lost? All right then.
Hello? Is someone there? Have you brought me something to eat?
Heard they're reforming the Dawn Guard. Vampire hunters or something in the old fort near Riften. Might consider joining up myself. All right then.
keep... Oh, it's you.
How
I
have you
didn't
been
think we'd
since the
see you
dwarves' law was
again.
lifted?
I'm getting older, I'm afraid, but Mara watches over me. Which reminds me, did I ever tell you about the light of the goddess Mara? See you another time, then.
Aren't you? Yes.
How have you been
it
since
is
the
you.
dwarves' law was
You
lifted?
came back. Great. Braun and I are still working together toward a better. I mean, you showed up 7 years ago out of the lake house and charged down. Then the city transforms around us, and you're just gone.
I traveled forward
So you
in
have to
time by
ask,
7 years.
where have you been
It's a
all
long
this
story.
time? You're a time traveler? Incredible. I have to write all this down. Now, where did I leave my research note?
Did you want to talk?
Sure. See you soon.
Hi there.
How have you been since the dwarves' law
Do
was
I
lifted?
know you? Better. Mostly. Problem is, I know, but life's better in the Citadel without that old bastard Metellus. I get to make food for the whole city now, so nobody's going hungry anymore.
Hey there.
How have you been since the dwarves' law was lifted?
I've been great. I mean, my father, Ulrin, dragged him down to the city and executed him. But now, I'm free to wander Skyrim as I please. Of course, I don't, because it's just awful out there. Nords everywhere. I prefer it down here.
right here to start some trouble. I'll fight you if I have to.
You're the one from the statue.
How have you been since the dwarves' law was lifted?
I've been well, thank you very much. As a matter of fact, believe it or not, I completed 3 tours of duty, but then I took an arrow to the... well, to cut a long story short. So I came back here. Best city in all of Skyrim, if you ask me. Now that bloody dwarf. But this'll have to do. Here, take this. A small token of my appreciation. You'll always be welcome here.
Yeah, is there something you want?
How have you been since the dwarves' law was lifted?
So, you heard about that, did you? Well, I went back to Markarth for a bit, but still getting used to the new Jarl. But Gulver's an alright sort. Got everybody working now, which is fair. At least I get a good night's sleep.
Well, guys, that is gonna conclude our Forgotten State. I'm not gonna lie to you, I'm probably gonna go back and kill that guy for his helmet, and then see kind of how things go from there. I may just end up redoing most of what we just did after I kill him for his helmet and travel back in time. But yeah, I wanna do that and then see where we end up. But I really think I need that guy's helmet, man. That's a pretty cool helmet. So